Hello, this is Professor Nelson with the Jewelry Design Department at FIT. Another tutorial in our series of tutorials for the bypass ring project. Developing how the scrolled end of this shank fits into the head or into the prong setting. At the very end of the last video, I apparently bumped my model and knocked it off center. So first thing I've got to do is put it back where it goes. There. Okay, so we have the scroll surface brought up and around. Before I go any further, I want to see how this is going to interact with my prong. I just hid the ring bore so I could, the finger sleeve, so I could use this layer. I'm going to do an intersect command. Okay, now since this setting is all grouped together, that made a bit of a mess. So I'm going to ungroup and repeat the command. That's better. I only need the intersection on this side, so deselect it so when I hit delete, I only lose the one I don't want. And that shows me where and how that is going into my prong setting right now. You can extract the side of the prong here with a copy option, and I'm going to untrim it. Untrim all. Extract an isocurve. Somewhere a ways down this surface where I know it's beneath the ring bore. And I'm going to extend this curve. Intersect with this, and I want it to make sense. I mean, it would be nice if it followed the isocurves of the prong. It'd be nice if it came smooth off of the setting. Neither one of those is going to be ideal. So I'll come up with a compromise. And I have to admit that I'm not really in love with what this cross-section is doing right here. I wanted this surface to be much more rolled over like this as it came to here. Now remember, this surface was a sketch anyway. So I'm not expecting great things from it. I'm going to rotate my view until I'm looking straight onto this curve as I have it drawn now. I'm going to set my C-plane to view. Type in plan to turn it into an orthographic viewport. And I'm going to do an offset. First I'm going to project this to C-plane. It won't change in this view, it's just gone flat onto the C-plane, which from what we're seeing right now, since the camera is perpendicular to the C-plane, it'd be like if I was in top view and I projected something to the top C-plane. It's going to look the same, although if I rotate this viewport back into a perspective orientation, you will see that that curve has in fact left the surface. So I'm going to offset that curve. And I'm looking, I'm going to undo project for a minute. I'm using everything I have access to try and draw this because I'm creating in three-dimensional space. So I'm going to bring that there, project both of these to the C-plane, I before I do that, I'm going to save this C-plane. Oh, that's okay, I don't need to, not yet. I want to know why, when I look at it up close, this edge, this C-plane that or this ISO curve that I extracted did not go directly to the end of that curve. I'm trying to get fit. I'm trying to build in location, and when you're building in location, precision is really important. There. That's what I want. Project these two to C-plane. Turn off the prong. I'm going to offset this curve through point. Until it intersects reasonably well with this curve. Circle center radius, in snap, and trim. And blend. Delete, delete. There. I'm going to project these curves back onto that prong surface. Because I have the C-plane still set the way it was, they'll go right back where they were. I'll delete the leftover there and verify that I still what I'm expecting to see is taking place. Okay, that's That's fine. Undo the project. I'm just checking, going back, checking, going back. Okay. Alright. I'm thinking. I apologize. I am thinking about what the best way to get what I want is. This is happening in real time, so... I'm going to take this curve right here, and I'm going to split this section with this rail. Split command. There. Okay. I'm going to do a blend curve between these two. To give me something more like that. Join these back together. I'm going to explode it for a minute and deselect this extension with right click, control, I should say control key, click. Join these back together again. What I want to do is, now that I've realized what I want to happen here, I'm going to update the cross section on the surface. So delete the surface and resweep it. Rail, 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 edge section, our new curve section, and our prior curve section. That gives me a little better roll here, which is important for what I want to do. Okay. So, that's been addressed. Still not a lot going on as far as how I'm going to do the rest of the surface. I need to bring this surface up and around and finish off the underside here. To do that, I'm going to use my standard curve extend by arc to point. I'll go ahead and just grab the bottom here. I want that on the white layer, and I really only want this piece. The rest of it I'll delete. That gets me up to the prong. Which is fine, that's all I need. So, surface from curve network. Rail, edge rail, edge section, curve section. Hang on, we have an issue. Gotta split this surface. Edge. Right here. So that that surface we're going to make has 4 matching sides. Edge rail, curve rail, edge section, curve section. And this comes neatly into that prong. And now I have to decide what I'm going to do with this piece of surfacing here. I just went back to a regular top C-plane. See what I can do with a sketch here. That becomes very pinched. I don't care for that. To line up, give myself a reference point. C-plane to view, so I can get a clean offset here. That point. Now to really make that look nice, I'm going to have to go plan. I'm not sure how good that turned out. We'll take a look. From its end to that point. See if I think that's okay. Yeah, it's alright. See, I'm trying very hard to come up with a compromise between everything I see here. Try splitting that curve a little ways back from where it meets the prong, and do a blend curve. I don't really care what happens at the bottom edge because I'm going to trim it off anyway. But I do want something reasonable as far as these thicknesses are concerned. And that's not good. I'm going to unsplit that for now. I'm going to extend this curve. So, extend curve, and under the extend options, I'm going to extend by arc. explode that. Won't explode, so I'll split it. It won't split, so I'll split it here. There we go. Hit FOP. And now I'm going to do a blend curve here, just so I can get this thickness at the end. That will work, I think. I won't know until I actually try and do the surfacing, but that is promising. So that would be a rail, that would this would be a rail, this would be a section. This would be a section and a rail. Let's try it. Surface and curve network. Rail. Edge rail. Now the problem is that edge goes all the way around. I need it to end right here at the prong. So once again, analyze edge tool, split edge. Grab that edge, split it. Surface and curve network. Edge rail, curve section. Oh, that is unfortunate. This is not one surface, it's two. So it is not going to work just as yet. Need one more rail. Need to take a rail off of here because I'm going to have to surface this in two pieces. I'm expecting a lot here. Extend by arc to point. I'm assuming I'm going to get something very extreme. You know, I mean, that looks reasonably good from here. Oh, I don't hate it. That's alright. Explode. Take that piece off, delete the rest. Put that on my white layer so I can see it better. And go back to, now I need to split this curve. This cross section will have to be split right here. I'll split it with this new rail I just built. And we'll start again. Surface and curve network to the bottom first. Curve rail, curve section, edge section. And then the upper section. Edge rail, edge section, curve section. I'm going to be tangent on three sides there. Okay. I would like to examine how this is looking. Yeah, there's a little bit of a seam line there, but that doesn't bother me. It's actually quite a nice form, and it will come right into that prong the way I want it to. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and use this curve to trim off this surface. Before I do, I'm going to copy, paste, put it into storage as it is. And then I'll explode it, trim, and join. Top C-plane. Rotate copy S0 180 degrees. Join. And that comes in quite nicely. Don't really love how I have this bare tangency right here. I might need to move this under bezel down either up or down a little bit so that that is not so close. But yes, that works. That works nicely. And I will stop this video here. Thanks for watching.